Hello guys, welcome to the 9th tutorial on Android app development. In the previous lecture, we talked about how to create the various widgets like checkbox, like radio button, toggle switch, and then the spin and its Java coding, of course. In this tutorial, I would like to do some more Java coding. I have selected a part of it, that is a button, and I want to apply some Java code on that button, so that something should happen while clicking on a button. For example, if you're on a Facebook page, and what happens if you click on any option, like you click on the notification button, what happens to you? If you're currently on the home page and then you click on the notification button, what happens? You basically are redirecting towards the another page, that is the notification page. But then if you again click on some another button, like on the message button, what happens? You are redirected to the new page of that is message page. So in the same way, I want something should happen when a user will click on the button. Okay, let's start, and I will simply create a new activity for this, again an empty activity, and in this empty activity I will call its name by the button activity. Fine. Great. Let's just remove this layout and choose a linear layout, and then I'll choose a button. Okay, wrap content, and background, color primary, text, click me, and it should be margin, set gravity, layout gravity center, margin left by 100 dp. Yeah, okay, let me choose 150 dp. Great. And of course I will create an ID for this button. ID by that is the button one. Fine, this is done. I want when a user will click on this button, something should happen. Okay, let me go to the Java part. I have created the button in the designing part, that was the click me. Now I'll again create a button here by calling the button class private button, and I will create its click me button. Click me. This is the reference variable of this button, and now with the help of this reference variable button, what I will do, I will link my Java button with the XML button. So I will typecast it by the button, and I will find the button that I have created here. How can I find this button in the Java? Obviously I have created its ID, so I will call it with the help of its ID. So find view by ID. I'm finding my view, and my view is the button here, of course, and I'm finding this view with the help of its ID. So r.id dot the button name was button1, ID. Okay, now what I will do, I want some action should be performed on this button. So if you're on a Facebook page, so in a Facebook home page, and you suddenly click on the notification button, what happens? You are redirecting from the home page to the notification page. Now if you're on a notification page, you click on the message button, what happened? You are redirected to the message page. In the same way, I want something should happen with my button as well. Some action should be performed. For that, I have to use the onClickListener. There are 3 methods to use the onClickListener. Okay, 3 methods. methods. Okay, the first method here is simply linking my onClick method to the button reference variable. I will reduce the font. Okay. First is linking my onClick method to the button reference variable. Let me see. This is the button reference variable. I will simply use dot operator. Okay, there is option set onClickListener. Right? I'll click on it. New view onClickListener. See, it's by default opening this method because this is an interface or an abstract class and we need to implement this method. So whatever we want to perform on our button, any kind of action, it should be performed on this within this method. Okay, so in this case, I want some message to be displayed while clicking on the button. So for displaying a message, there's a toast dot make text, get application context, and whatever I want to display, any kind of message that I will write in these two codes. Say you click it on first button. Great. And here toast dot length long, it means how long you want to display your message. It should be for a short period of time there, or it should be for a long time, then it should by itself disappear. I'll choose the long dot show method. Okay, our activity is ready, so let me run this one. Okay, till it will finish its, I will create another button and I will apply the same onClickListener but by method number 2. And I will choose its ID 2 and I'll create the third button here and apply method number 3 on it and ID 3. It's loading. And in the same way, I will call them and connect them with the Java code. This was click me 1, click me 2, click me 3. And now, okay, this is now click me 1, click me 1. Fine. Now I have to link my second button with the Java, with the XML button. Find view by ID, dot ID dot button 2 for click me 2. What's happening? No. In the same way for click me 3 button, find view by ID, dot ID dot button 3. Yeah, I have linked all the 3 buttons and I have applied the onClickListener only on the first button, that is this click me 1 button. Okay, it's still loading. Until then, I will show you the second method is create or call the listener and create its reference variables and link the listener reference variable with the button reference variable. Okay, the second method is I will create the listener method, that is just create onClickListener method, and I'll create its references, and I will link this reference with the button reference. So let me see. Okay. Yeah, basically it's showing me the previous activity. So what I have to do is I'll go in the XML. I will just, it's showing me the first activity. So what I will do is I will copy this, paste here. Let me run it again, and I hope it will. I swap it the activities. Okay. Now the first activity that I will show is the button activity. Let's check. By the way, if you want to choose which activity should be first displayed, by default it first displays the main activity, but here I wanted the button activity to be displayed first, so I swap it these activities here. Yeah. Okay, just ignore this one because I have choose the orientation by horizontal. When I will click on this button, click me, you click it on first button. I'll click on again, you click it on first button. So this is what we wanted basically. Here my buttons are not displaying because I have choose the orientations by default the horizontal. It's taking the button here, then the next button after the next to the first button, so I'll choose orientation by vertical and so on. Okay, yeah, and this one should be margin top, margin top. Changing the text by click me 1, click me 2, ID 3, click me 3, right? Now I will go for the second method. For that, here I'll again create a private view dot onClickListener, and I'll create its reference variable. As I mentioned here, I'll create the reference variable of this onClickListener. So let me do it, listener 1. Okay, now with the help of this listener 1 equal to new view dot onClickListener. Okay, and I want to display again a new toast on it. For that, I will just copy this line, I will paste it here, and you click at the second button. This was the second method. This is the first method, second method. Okay, and I will show you the third method. Third method is I will implement the onClick listener. So here this activity will implement. We know when we use the implements keyword, basically we are extending the interface. So it's clear this onClickListener is basically an interface. That's why it's showing us to make the body of this method onClickListener. And okay, see, it's showing implement methods. And which method we have to implement? The onClick method. I'll click OK. And now whatever I want, I can do it here for the button 3. I have to display the toast, and you click it on third button, but I have to link this listener with the third button. Here I have linked the listener. No, I haven't linked it in the second listener. In the second method, in the first method we have linked set onClickListener, but click me to is not linked with this method right now. So for that, the thing we have to do is I will call this click here, click me to dot set onClickListener, and I will pass this listener 1 in this. But for the third button, this is the third method. But for the third method, we haven't yet linked it. So simply I will go here, click me 3 dot set onClickListener, and I'll pass this keyword. So we are all done. Let's rerun our app and see what's happening. You may have a look on this. What we did so far, we created 3 buttons in the XML. We'll link these 3 buttons with the help of the Java coding, and then I applied the onClickListener in 3 ways. On the first on this button, I used the first method by simply linking it with onClickListener. The second method, I created the reference variable of the listener method, listener class basically. And then in the third method, I simply implemented the onClickListener. Let me see. Okay, if I click on click me, it's showing you click it on first button. You click it on second button by the help of method 2. You click it on third method. All the 3 buttons are doing the same job. They are displaying the toast message, but with the help of 3 different methods. Okay, hope you like this video. Subscribe for the amazing contents. Take care.